Hello, good morning, happy Wednesday. Welcome to another Marvel Champions live stream. Happy to have you here. Today we are continuing on with Galaxies Most Wanted. Hey B Snow, how's it going? New name and new layout, getting fancy. That is true. That is very true. New name. So today I did make the transition to Nelson All Over Cards to help better encompass and bring everything under one umbrella, because I'm doing a new YouTube channel called Nelson All Over. All my social media for board game content is already under Nelson All Over. And so in order to try and help the people find it and kind of bring it all together, this is now Nelson All Over Cards for the YouTube channel. And then the Twitch channel will be Nelson All Over to expand into more streaming. More streaming, just not necessarily just card games. So I'm going to open up and start streaming new board games in the coming months. That does not mean that we're going to be doing any less card games though, don't worry. We've got we'll still be doing our weekly streams of Marvel, Lord of the Rings, and Arkham Horror, so no worries about that. But happy to have you all here. Everything has to be cohesive so people can find you, pretty much. Yep. Doesn't look like my chat is working for some reason. I don't know, that's kind of weird. Let me see if I can just fix that on the fly. But yeah, so that was kind of the idea. Hopefully that works out well. I don't know why chat's not showing up on the screen. We'll figure that out later. But so yeah, it's been kind of funny because I started content creation close to 2.5 years ago now with Fantasy and Some Flights, which is my podcast, and did that, run podcast and social media through that, and then I started this channel, which I very much enjoy, and then I realized that nobody knew that I did both of it. Sounds like Aeon's End is on the way. That's a very accurate guess. It's a very accurate guess. We will be doing some Aeon's End here in the future, so looking forward to that. Aeon's End is very solid. It's a very solid game. Very, very solid. Alrighty. Okay, so let's happy to answer any questions about all of that. I put the video up on YouTube, so if you go over to YouTube, which you can use the command in the chat to see this deck or to see the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel will take you to Nelson All Over Cards, and if you want to see more about that or hear more about that, happy to answer any questions. Just know that it's not anything but more content. So I hope that's not too bad for anybody. But alrighty, so let's talk about and look at this deck. Did you get into Dice Throne Adventures? I know you have something in the Dice Throne world. I have not done any of the adventures. I have only done the Dice Throne. I've only done Dice Throne, just the head-to-head. I guess it doesn't have to be head-to-head. It's a multiplayer competitive type game, and I have not done any of the adventures, but I have like an expansion that's just two individual players, and I have played that. I've also played some of the other Dice Throne characters from friends copies or at like conventions and everything. So, but I've not done adventures. But yeah, I will be streaming Dice Throne here soon. I'm working on getting that set up with a buddy, but that will be on the docket. That will be up soon, so looking forward to that. Alrighty, so let's talk about Galaxies Most Wanted, and this is anything after Drang and Galaxies Most Wanted gets pretty absurd. And so we've made it through Drang, we've made it through the Collector, we have moved on to Nebula, and then we have Ronin after Nebula. Nebula can be super brutal. She can be absolutely bonkers. Things just start surging. Galaxies Most Wanted, gross. Exactly. It is not my cup of tea. I'm not quite sure why I decided to do this. I thought Nova with the Milano would be fun, but it is absolutely not. So okay, so Nebula is up, and so she starts with the Power Stone, and she has these technique cards that gain Surge whenever they come out. The first one, at least, gains Surge whenever it comes out, and they are very similar to the Nebula Hero, where they will trigger a ability after she activates, as well as giving her kind of a passive benefit. So with that, she can hit really hard. She has a lot of techniques, or not techniques, she has a lot of treacheries in her deck that can have her attack and kind of kill us. And the best way that I have found, and I have beat her with this deck, is just a rush deck. It's just a rush strategy. And hey, what's up, Yanni? How's it going? Welcome. It's a rush strategy, so it's a aggression deck. It's kind of similar to the deck that I ran against the Collector 1 to beat him, but this has a lot more allies in it. So we're running a gambit of allies. We got Vivian, Nick, the Locust, Ironheart, Moon Girl, Wasp, and Hulk. These are all allies that help us draw cards, are cheap to take that hit, or like with Vivian's case, can blank a text box, which can be pretty useful with like Guerrilla Tactics. Guerrilla Tactics starts in play, and it's an acceleration and a hazard icon. So there's just a lot of stuff to take care of on this table, and that can get pretty daunting. But yeah. Okay, so the deck is very fast. We're running 3 copies of Hone Technique, which allows us to add the cost of an attack or an aggression attack event into the damage dealt by it. And so with that, we're running 3 copies of Dive Bomb, which Dive Bomb, instead of being 7 to 1 damage and 1 to everything, it becomes a 11 and 5 to everything because it costs 4. Running 2 copies of Melee because this is a pretty saturated deck with minions, and we will have to take care of them if they do come out. But also with Hone Technique, this does become a 3 for 6, which is fairly good. And then we've got Pitchback, which is a 1 for 4 or a 1 for 5 damage, depending on if we are able to combo it with Hone Technique. So a lot of damage just out the back, and we're looking to mulligan hard into a Hone Technique, or looking to mulligan hard. If we can get a Hone Technique and Dive Bomb, then that's good. Then we've got a lot of money to pay for it. Whew. So kind of the idea, what we will be doing. Nebula, she is your worst nightmare. She can be so absolutely brutal. We also have By Any Means and Calculate the Odds. Yeah, she can be so the board state does not look clean whenever I have played her. She's very messy. She gets very messy. But alrighty, so I have 3 credits, which is not enough credits at all. I think I'm going to wait, actually hold on. Yeah, I have 3 credits, which is not enough credits. I want to look through these cards just in case there is something I want to spend. I'm going to be spending 1 credit on healing myself. I'm not going to be able to finish out this scenario if I start at 5 health. I need more health. So I will be using my ability, or the ability presented in the expert campaign, to spend a credit to heal back to full health. So we got Contingency Plan. Discard the top 4 cards of your deck for each different resource type discarded this way. Deal 1 damage to an enemy and draw a card. That's not horrible. You play Nebula 100 times before you play against expert Loki or any type of Ronin. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, Ronin is next week, and I'm not super looking forward to him, but Close Call is pretty nice. I'm looking, but that's a unit cost of 3, so I can't afford that because I really do need that unit. I need that 1 unit. So I basically have 2 units I'm working with. In Defiance, when an identity would take any amount of damage, defend 2 of that damage, draw a card. It's okay. Brainstorm, name a card type, then look at the top card of your deck. No. Create a solution. Draw 1 card and remove a status card from a character. Probably not. Deal 1 damage to your enemy and stun it. Stun your hero. Draw 1 card. Not too bad. Deal 1 damage to an enemy and confuse it. Confuse your hero. Draw 1 card. When a boost card is turned face up, cancel. Nope, we're into 3. The other problem is I don't want to spend all my money, but the other thing is I'm probably not going to get any more money. I'm probably not going to get any more money from this scenario. And so we might as well take something, and I'm pretty sure we want to do contingency plan. Discard the top 4 cards of your deck for each different resource type discarded this way. Deal 1 damage to an enemy and draw a card. I want to just make sure. I mean, I've got a pretty widespread deck, so I feel like I can get some damage out of this, and it's basically a 0 because it replenishes itself in your hand. And it's a wild, so if anything, I can use it as a wild to pay for some of my other events. But let's go with contingency plan. Just because we need to be fast, we need to deal damage quickly. So I'll go ahead, throw that in there. We're down to 2 XP. We'll use 1 of those XP when we get to the campaign setup to mess with it. So yeah, key with her is to beat her very fast and control her ship. Yep. That's very fast is the way to go, which actually kind of brings up a funny situation that we are in, which is the stream. So I am only playing Nebula, and I put the scoop counter up there so that we can count how many times we play through Nebula, which could be, I mean, if we get lucky, we beat her on the very first time, we could get a very short Marvel Champion stream, in which case we will figure out what to do. We're not gonna just stream for 10 minutes or whatever. Expert Loki is driving you nuts. Probably would have beat him last night, but between that stone and discards for a minion, his cards all discard for his side scheme, and he has over 400 acceleration tokens on the main scheme last night, and I lost. Vision and Scarlet Witch were completely built too. Yeah. One of my least favorite things about that scenario is that stone where he goes and grabs a minion, and the fact that I think there are 2 minions in the deck. So it's just so it cycles through that deck. One thing that I will note is that you are limited to, I think it's 5 acceleration tokens. So hopefully that helps maybe a little bit. Oh boy, here we go. Good luck. Thank you so very much. I'm hoping for it. D20 woodworking, let's go. How's it going? Hey, we're gonna be streaming later tonight. If you want to see D20 and myself stream again, we will be back on at 8 p.m. tonight. So in just 10 hours, D20 and I will be taking on Hela. Will be a Thor and Valkyrie team up against Hela tonight, which I still need to build my deck. I kind of forgot about that. Oops. There were 5. There were definitely 5. Nice. Oh, that sucks. One thing. Okay, so let's where did I put these? Okay, so Galaxies Most Wanted. We got Nebula. We got the Guerrilla Tactics out here, which on expert mode comes in at 10. Victory 1. When defeated, place 3 evasion counters on her ship, and it's an acceleration token as well as a hazard icon. So we are going to be revealing an additional encounter card every single turn. Not looking forward to that. We're not going to touch it. Shuffle each galactic artifact side scheme into Wow, that was very difficult to say. So we have Philosopher's Stone and the egg, I believe. Where is the egg? The crystal ball. That's it. So we have to give Nebula a tough status card. We have to, and we had the Philosopher's Stone, 1 face down boost card. Badoon Headhunter's in there. Then Expert Campaign only, set each player's hit points to the remaining hit point value recorded, which was 5. And then each player may subtract 1 unit from their respective to heal up. So we're going to do that. We're going to spend 1 unit to go to 9. And discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a technique attachment is discarded, then attach that card to Nebula. So here's her boost card. Yep, there it is. So Nebula gains Stalwart, and she gets a tough status card after this special resolves. If she already has a tough status card, give her a face-down boost card. There you go. You fought Nebula with Miss Marvel 10 times before I said, okay, you win. Yeah, well, I'm curious how high the scoop counter goes. We'll see. I think I may switch to Vision Aggression. You don't know yet. He's currently in leadership with Scarlet Witch and Justice. I think Vision Aggression has a good shot at that. I think Vision Aggression may be a good way to run that. Let me try one thing real quick before we get started. Let me see if I can fix this chat box. I'm wondering if it messed up with the change of the name. Let's see, what did I do here? Does anyone have any exciting plans for the rest of the week? Doesn't look like we got it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Oh well. I'll figure it out before tonight's stream. Good morning. You're playing Alter Quest this weekend. Oh, sweet. Have fun with that. I have never tried Alter Quest. Never tried it. Seems cool though. Oh. Nothing exciting until Saturday. College football is back. That is correct. It's kind of all the sports are kind of starting back. We were playing, or my wife is a big fan of volleyball, so we were watching some volleyball last night that happened. You're gonna try and run through Sinister Motives with an SPDR deck. Oh, nice. That'll be a good one. That'll be an awesome one. Enjoy Sinister Motives. SPDR. The more I play her, the more she is becoming one of my top heroes. I don't think she's one of the strongest heroes, but she's definitely one of the most fun heroes that I've played. So, enjoy. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the Art of Evasion. So put Nebula ship environment and the Milano support into play. Attach the Power Stone to Nebula, discard the top 2 cards in the encounter deck, then attach each technique attachment discarded this way to Nebula. Lethal Intent and Weapon Mastery. So she has Retaliate 1, and as a special I have to take 1 damage. Gross. Plus some Destiny 2 throughout the week. I'll keep trying Loki here and there. If I beat him, we're all getting hammered. I'll drink to that. Have you tried this nerf? Have you tried that nerf this SPDR deck? It's insane. No, I haven't. What leader or what aspect is it? And then okay, so that comes in. This comes in with 2. Nebula ship gets a evasion counter at the start of every villain phase. Let's see what we got. Okay, so Retaliate. She has Stalwart. She's gonna get a tough status card. Power Stone. I'm not liking the setup that we have here. The setup that we have is not my favorite. Let's see, we got a dive bomb, got a strength, we've got an unleash the Nova Force, which isn't going to help us. We got a Hulk, which will take a hit for us. We got an Ironheart, which is nice, and we got a pitchback. I'm gonna mulligan these three. I'm looking for a while to get that helmet into play, so let's see if we got a force field projection. We got Nick Fury, interesting, and we got a melee. Okay. So this is what we're stuck with. If I'm not ready. Alrighty. Aggression. Run stuff like hand cannon, limitless stamina, that card that adds excess damage, follow through. Oh, so it's like a minion. That's my favorite archetype for aggression, is like the minion killing aggression decks, that like the overkill. I hopped into Jason's stream last night, D20's stream last night, just for a little bit, and saw that he was running a Wasp overkill. I was sad I couldn't stay, but it looked cool. I think Wasp overkill is super solid, especially in giant form where she can spread out that damage. Just really cool. Okay, what are we at? Okay, so we're gonna get Nick out. So we're gonna do a strength, a Milano, and a force field projection. Yeah, to put Nick Fury into play. After he enters play, we're going to draw 3 cards. So a force field projection, a dive bomb, and a connection to the world mind. Okay, so we'll use connection to the world mind to go find our helmet. I don't like that we've seen both of our dive bombs now. Our two of our 3 dive bombs. That's a little not great. But okay. So that's the Supernova helmet. Boom. So now let's flip up to hero form. Let's use the Supernova helmet and a force field projection to play Ironheart. So after she enters play, we can draw 1 card, which is a pitchback. Hey Bahamut, you ran her through all the villains in a leadership deck. Just insane damage or threat removal when needed. Full setup turns would do 25 to 30 damage. Dude, that's insane. And the four player game that we were playing a week ago today, Jason was doing some insane turns with her, and I think he was actually running a leadership deck too. Dude, that's so cool. She's absolutely crazy. Top tier hero. She can. So Bahamut, did you ever have any issues? I've had some issues with some of the expert villains. Or not necessarily the expert villains, but expert mode, when they just come out swinging. Did you ever have any issues with that? Okay. So I think now, so we got Nick here. Okay, so let's attack to knock this tough status card off. I will ready the Supernova helmet. I take a damage because she has retaliate. I will Supernova helmet to pitchback to deal 4 damage to the villain and take 1 more damage because of the retaliate. And then let's toss a melee, a dive bomb for a Hulk. So we got blockers out, which is good. Nick's gonna thwart these 2 off. Ironheart is probably, Ironheart's just gonna hang out, and we'll ready up because she has retaliate. I don't want Ironheart to die from the retaliate. There's our home technique. Melee. the Locust. The Locust will grab us a dive bomb, which is nice. This Marvel is good. And Wasp. Hey, Karokai. You need to update the events section of Discord, as I think it's the Living Card Gamer still. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Yeah. I was trying to do all of that stuff this morning. Just going through, changing my website, changing just everything. I was trying to update, but I completely forgot about Discord. Thank you. I will definitely do that. Bahamut, yeah, she takes a minute to build, but she can play pretty defensive. And still manage the board, but I don't play solo very much. Definitely could see issues there. Yeah, and those were my thank you for the damage on me. That was my only issue with her, is that it feels like if you have a villain that comes out swinging super hard, she can have an issue, but you just deck build around it. And that's fine. Means you get an error on Twitch. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I will go fix that for tonight. I put in all my events for next week too, so there's like 9 events in there for me, and I'll go update them all. Thank you for that. I've not had much problem with Expert, but she does require setup, which against some villains is a death. Yeah. Yep. Damage on Nick. Got it. Thank you. Also, no, well, I don't know what happened. Yeah, Karokai, I'm not quite sure what I did. I don't know if something happened when the name changed, but I have decided that I will figure it out later. And we're just hanging out. So it will be fixed before tonight. So it would be the name change, yeah. So I'll figure that out. I don't know. I switched to OBS from Streamlabs, so I actually never set up chat on this screen in OBS. So if I knew how to do it quickly, I would just go ahead and do it, but I'll figure it out later. So I'll it's pretty much like, I know some of the fancy streamers have it when you send in a text, then it gets read out loud. It's basically what I'm doing, but I don't have any of the fancy software. I'm just doing it myself. So I'll just read out the text whenever you send them. OBS is way better company-wise, and ability to edit stuff you want. Yeah. The ability to edit, I'm still figuring all of that out, but I have heard some issues with slobs. So, but I've enjoyed it. It takes way less of my computing power, which is nice. And I think actually, yeah, so. Alrighty, so let's go in. We got 1 evasion counter on Nebula's ship, which means that this goes up by 1. Nebula is going to attack. So she's going to attack for 3. Oh, I actually have the Power Stone, because I attacked for 4 with that. So she's attacking for 2. Nick is going to block. So 2, 3, Nick dies. No surprise there. Then we give Nebula a tough status card. And we take 1 damage. Down to 6. You've used OBS for ages, so if you have any questions, I'll try. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. It's what I started out using back when I was streaming on Fantasy and some flights with Jason at the very first streams, which are the ones that we were joking about the quality and how sad looking that quality was, and like it was great. It was fun. So whenever I loaded it back up, it had all of those layouts back. I was like, oh no, I need to fix these. We got 2 bad cards coming in. I'm gonna put this up here just so I remember, and we need 1 more because we actually have an acceleration. You do the attachment first, you think? Yeah, you do. Okay, so I don't think anything would have changed. I still took the damage. She still gets the tough. I haven't damaged her, so thank you. But that is really good to know. Back when me and a buddy did a podcast called Select Start, we did the same thing. Old school OBS with Skype overlay. Yeah, let's go. Nice. Okay, so our first card is going to be a barrel roll, Insight 1, and Surge. Place 1 evasion counter on Nebula's ship. This surges into a Pirate Lackey, which is Quick Strike, And after this minion attacks and damages you, remove the top card of your deck from the game. We'll go ahead and defend with the Hulk. And that'll be 2 damage on Hulk. Then we've got another Pirate Lackey with Quick Strike. Not a big fan of the Quick Strikes. We're at 6 health. We'll take 2 and remove Genius from the game. That's too bad. That's unfortunate. Alrighty. So into our turn. Nebula ship, so we will scheme out if we don't do anything there, which I don't know if we really can. Well, actually no, we got this. So let's use Ironheart to knock the tough off. So that's going to be 1 damage on Ironheart. I need to get Hone Technique down. So let's do Supernova Helmet. Milano. And Miss Marvel for Hone Technique. Let's go ahead and thwart 2 off of here. So we'll ready the Supernova Helmet. Let's use Supernova Helmet. I need to go fast. Kill the pirates. It's probably fair. Yeah, Supernova lost for a melee to take out the pirates. Stand up. Draw into Lightspeed Flight, a Pot Shot, another Hone Technique, an Energy, and oh, there's my Dive Bomb. Okay. So starting out, we'll place 1 here on Nebula's ship. This will go up by 4, so we are right about to thread out there. Nebula will attack. We will have Ironheart step in and take it. So Nebula's attacking for 2 plus 2. Bye-bye, Ironheart. And we get 2 encounter cards. The first one being the Crystal Ball. So that's another acceleration token. Comes in with 5, and then when we defeat it, good things happen. We can play a card from our hand, reducing the cost by 3. We do have a Lightspeed Flight, so we can actually take care of that. And a Philosopher's Stone. Okay, well, there we go. We have a choice. Probably want to take care of that Amplify icon. That sounds pretty bad. So those both have 5. We do have a Lightspeed Flight, and we can Nova and take that out and draw 2 cards. I think that's probably our best bet. Or we can Hone Technique, Dive Bomb, which would push us into stage 2. Draw 2 cards. Let's go Supernova Helmet for a Lightspeed Flight to take 3 off of Crystal Ball. And then we'll toss a Hone Technique. Oh wait, I'm sorry. We will Thwart, which will ready Supernova Helmet, the Crystal Ball. She'll remove this. Put her into stage 2 and flip. I think if we flip down, we lose. Because 2 evasion counters go onto Nebula's ship at that point, and that'd be 5. And we thread out at 9 on the second stage. And it comes in with 3. So there'd be 5, so she would scheme out. She would scheme out immediately. We do have Hulk as a blocker. And so I'm hoping that I just draw enough damage. She's so hard, right? Right? Okay, so we got that. I get to play. I discarded my Hone Technique to play Dive Bomb. To deal 11 damage to Nebula, which will push her into stage 2. She goes up to 17. So at 17, now she's a 2/2. Let's Supernova Helmet, Pot Shot, Nebula for 4. So that'll take her down to 13. New follower, welcome. Hey, thanks for the follow. My alerts aren't working either. Bethril, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. I need to go in and fix the alerts too. Learning all kinds of new things this morning. And then we will exhaust Milano, toss an energy to remove 2 evasion counters. It's not going to help us not pop, but it will maybe buy us a turn. I'm not quite sure. So we will ready. Draw into a Vivian, a Pot Shot, Power of Aggression, and a Jesse Alexander. That is not going to be enough to do it for us, unfortunately. Welcome. Thanks for the follow. Have you enjoyed or have you had the pleasure of defeating Nebula before? Stuff breaks when you update things. It's the circle technology. That's fair. I feel like that could that's funny. I need to just have that on my like starting soon or be right back screen. Stuff breaks. Alrighty, so this isn't gonna get us to where we need to go, but maybe we can be okay with that. So we'll add 1 here, and then this will pop. When revealed, place 2 evasion counters. Then discard 2 cards for each. So 2, 4, 6, 8. What do we lose? Lost a melee, lost our own technique. Then 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? This comes in with 3. Nebula's attacking us for effectively 3. We will block with Hulk. Plus 2 is 5. So Hulk dies. Then we're going to go with 2 encounter cards. First one being a Pirate Commander, Quick Strike. After this minion attacks and damages you, remove 1 card at random from your hand from the game. I dislike that. We don't need our basic activation. I don't think, right? So we've got 4 damage here, 5, 6, 7, which would not kill. So let's go ahead and defend that. And then a Pirate Lackey. So Quick Strike, 2 damage. Down to 2. Poor Hulk. Right? And then remove the top card of our deck from the game, which is a Connection to the World Mine. Alrighty, going into my turn. Okay, so let's see. This pops at 9. We're We're going to be placing 2, 4, 6, 7 on it, so that will break. So we do need to get rid of that somehow. And I don't actually know if we have a good way to do that. Uh-oh. That's not good. Run away! Yeah, and that's kind of, that may be what it ends up being. So I don't have a good way. Well, I can have Vivian thwart 2 off of it. Oh, I can take counters off of Nebula ship. Never mind, we're good. I want to do pot shot. I want to play Vivian. Choose an attachment, non-elite minion, or non-permanent side scheme. So we'll do that. So we'll blank out guerrilla tactics. But then these pirates are gonna kill me. Yeah, I don't. Hey, thanks for the sub, D20. Dang pirates. You've subscribed for 6 months. I appreciate it. Thank you. This is the scoop. This is we lost, right? So we have a block with Vivian on Nebula, but then these pirates are gonna kill us. We could pot shot here, but we only have 2 health, and so we would have to defend, and then we're out of all of our cards, all of our good cards. So, but I mean, we can run through it and see what happens. So let's go Supernova Helmet to pot shot this pirate lackey. We'll toss these 2 for a Vivian. We'll blank out Guerrilla Tactics. And then we'll exhaust Milano to remove 1 evasion counter. So right now we are going to be adding 4. So we will survive that. Nebula will block, and I'll block here. And if we draw into something, we may be able to do it. Ew, it's Jason. He's the worst. That's true. That's so true. Let's go ahead and just hit Nebula for 1 with... Oh, that's my help. With Vivian, because she's not going to be around for much longer. And ready up. Got 4 cards. Calculate the odds. Moon Girl Contingency Plan. We get an extra card. D20 sending out those Bezos bucks. Yeah, that is true. If you have Amazon Prime and you have not used your Prime subscription yet, please consider doing so. It does not have to be to me, but make sure that you use it because it is no cost to you. You are spending Mr. Jeff's money, and we like having Mr. Jeff's money. You get 1 more card, which is an energy. Okay, so all of the, just literally all of the money. So that's good. Well, I mean, we do have a Moon Girl. We can fully power Moon Girl, and Jeff can afford it. Yeah, yep, he can. Yes, he has $1 or $2 tucked away, I believe. So we're gonna put this here, and we're gonna put 4 onto the main. So 2, 4, 6, 7. This is not active because we blanked it with Vivian. So Nebula is going to attack for 2. We got Vivian blocking. After this activation ends, attach this card to Nebula and resolve its special ability. So I take 1 damage, so I'm down to 1. And she gains Retaliate 1, so I cannot beat her. That's hilarious. I can confirm. I don't know. I hear money is pretty tight when you get under 1 billion. Yep, I can go confirm as someone with under 1 billion. No, yeah, that's totally fair. And then the pirate commander is going to attack. We'll defend. Our 2 cards are going to be sound the alarm. Each enemy gets +1 attack. And discard cards from the top of your counter deck until a criminal minion is discarded. Reveal that minion, give that minion a tough status card, and the villain 1 face down boost card. We've got there are no more criminal minions. Okay, well, there you go. No more criminal minions. So we have completely satisfied that requirement. And we'll go ahead and put this back over there. But I think this is kind of a lost cause. We don't have the damage, especially because we have she has Retaliate 1 right now. And we have 1 life left. So. But why not try it? This comes in with 2. Let's go Audacity, Supernova Helmet, and a contingency plan for a Moon Girl, which allows us to draw 3 cards, which is a Dive Bomb, Miss Marvel, and the Power of Aggression. That's so funny. I could have had her. If she didn't have this Retaliate, I would have won the Dive Bomb. But I don't think that there's a way that I can take care of the threat. Dive Bomb. Yep, yeah, unfortunately. Let's calculate the odds, draw a card. Then I can draw a card and discard a card. It was so good. If I didn't flip that one, it would have been perfect. Always love discarding shadows. Yep. Use the glove, snap it out of existence. That does sound bummer. Okay, well, we tried. It yeah, that's so frustrating. There's scoop number 1. Yeah, because there's literally nothing I can do because this is going to be up by 7. I can't thwart for that much. But I had the damage in my hand. There's 4. There's 11. Okay, well. Stupid Retaliate. Ah ha ha. Don't worry. That just means that we'll get him next time. How do you do the Amazon thing? I'm technology deficient. So if you go under the screen where it says like subscribe to this channel, if you click on that, there's a little box at the very bottom of that. If you're on browser, I don't think you can do it on mobile. If you're on mobile, then I don't know if you can quite do it. But if you're on the browser, you can go hit subscribe. At the very bottom, right next to it says where it says like pay $4.95. There's a little checkbox that says use your Prime sub. You can check that, and then you will subscribe for free. I looked away. Did you have the cards to play Dive Bomb and Moon Girl in play? I did. I did, but she has Retaliate, and I had one health. So I couldn't attack her, and then she was going to scheme out. So it was just an unfortunate series of events. Yes, your Amazon account has to be linked to your Twitch account. That is true. You don't take Retaliate if she dies. You're so right. Yeah, so I could have Moon Girl attack, and yeah. Okay, that's a win. That's a win. Yeah. You're so right. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Bahamut. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Moon Girl dies and then Nebula dies. But the scoop counter already went up, so I'm not playing Nebula more than I have to. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, there you go. Ending with 1 health, which probably means that we will definitely use the a credit to heal ourselves before we go into Ronin. Okay, so we've got, let's see what we did. It. I was definitely not expecting that to happen on the first try. Luckily, Ronin is really easy. Yeah, right? So we get 1 unit for each player. Record a maximum units to a maximum of 3 equal to victory points, which is 0. There are 1 or fewer evasion counters on Nebula ship. Not at all. The main scheme is on 1B. That is not true. The Dune Headhunter's not around. Power Stone is attached to me. And then the number of evasion counters was 5. Okay. Whew. Yeah, well that I guess that worked. That I completely forgot about that. Thank you. That went way better than any of your 10 games against her. Yeah, that was lucky. That was really lucky. Thanks, Bahamut. Coming in clutch. Coming in fire. I love that. Okay, I also had Miss Marvel to get out there if we needed one more damage, but we didn't. Alrighty, so we are not necessarily set up to play Ronin, and so since we're under an hour, what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch and we're gonna play some Slay the Spire. I saw Jason was playing it, and I play a lot of Slay the Spire, so we're gonna swap over to play. We're gonna do a run, maybe 2, of Slay the Spire. I'll go to my Be Right Back screen, get everything set up, but I'll see you all very soon.